What's going on, guys? Wesley here. Today is January 23rd and a new patch just came out, so I have all the latest working glitches for MW3 Zombies as well as Warzone. So if you appreciate compilation videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification button as well. That will keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest glitches as soon as I post them, as well as soon as these compilations come out. So with that, enjoy. The Season 1 Reloaded patch. Now, there are a couple of tweaks to this glitch that you need to know about, but you should know that if you want to do this glitch, it is still possible. So let's get into some of the requirements and go through what to do for this glitch. Alright, so first of all, if you have a tombstone from before the Season 1 Reloaded update, you can keep repeating the exfil portion of this process, which we will go through in a minute on how to do that after Season 1 Reloaded patch. But as you can see here, I have an absolute baller setup in my rucksack. But what you want to make sure that you do, if you do still have that old tombstone, is destroy it. So that is step number one. But of course, the first requirement to the tombstone glitch is the wonderful tombstone perk, which has brought us the duplication glitch for I don't even know how long at this point. So obviously go and buy that. That is 2,000 essence. You need that. And then you want to go to any area in which it's very easy to pick up your tombstone item. So I just picked this roof in zone 2. I like zone 2 personally because it puts you in a good position wherever you spawn on the map to get here. So as you can see, I have just a baller set up in my rucksack, and I also suggest that you get a lot of money before you do this. So go check out the Insta-Kill Stormcaller glitch if you want to do that. So what you want to do is obviously down yourself with tombstone. So that is the second step to this glitch. Go ahead and down yourself, and if you have a self-revive like me, go ahead and just waste your money and use that self-revive and then give up once you go back down. So one thing to note here, the difference now is that you need to wait for this plea for help timer to fully run out, and then we're going to do something else here. So once it's ran out, you're going to notice that the elimination sign comes up, and then it starts going through your XP. You want to quit whenever your XP starts showing up. Very simple. So here we are in the second game, right? So I've now come back into the game. There is my tombstone. It actually exists. And so you guys want to make sure, number one, that you go and destroy that tombstone, right? So here I am. I grabbed all those rare items. I mean, look at that rucksack. This is a ridiculous rucksack. One thing I do want to note, though, make sure that you put a large rucksack in your rucksack. So if you ever die, right, then you can immediately get a large rucksack. Otherwise, if you always do successful exfils, you really don't need it. So I actually just run to tier 3 to go buy it. So the last and final step to this glitch is that you're going to need an exfil at one of two places. Number one, you can use the Dr. Jansen exfils, which you can see with the star icon here. And when you lift off, you're going to go all the way up and the screen will turn black. So depending on what console, or if you're on PC, then you would press the buttons that are on screen. For PC, all you need to do is Alt F4. PS5, it was previously thought that you needed to disconnect Wi-Fi and quit the game. Apparently, you just need to hover over and quit the game whenever the screen turns black. And then Xbox, you open up the Xbox menu, hover over the game, click Start, hover over Quit Game, and then as soon as it turns black, you just click Quit because you can see it in the background. But you can also do this at the bag signal exfil. So make sure that whenever the bad signal animation comes up as soon as you enter, that is whenever you quit the game. So if you guys appreciate this video, make sure you hit that like button and put your questions into the comment section below. I'm a small-time YouTuber, would appreciate your support. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. What's going on, guys? Wesley back, and today I have the updated video for the acquisition stash glitch. Now, I posted this video a couple of days ago, but newly discovered information will help you guys a ton. So if you appreciate videos being on time as well as helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification button. I post compilations of all the latest and greatest glitches, and I also post them as soon as they come out or get updated. So make sure that you do that below. So let's get into what this actual glitch is. So you'll actually see here, I have a bunch of rare items in my stash, probably the best stash that you can have in my opinion. And what you're gonna see here is I have 37 items out of 10 in my acquisition stash. Now you're probably asking yourself, okay, how can he store all of these items right here? But I can't. I have, say, 25 items in my acquisition stash, and this guy's able to store it. And there's a reason for that. So I noticed that there were some people who reported that it doesn't work and all these other things, but the reality of it is that certain items will count and other items will not. I'm going to show you guys exactly what the answer is in a second. So what I want you to do, if you actually want to understand this glitch, is go ahead and craft a few items and store them in your acquisition stash, or you can keep them in your rucksack for now, and I'm going to demonstrate exactly what's going on and what you need to do to fix it. So let's go ahead and craft 3 items here for myself until I hit this acquisition stash limit. And you can see this happened after I stored items from my schematics crafting. So think of it as a different type of item. All right, so if you get items legitimately, let's say not from a tombstone, which I will explain in a second, those items will count towards your limit. So you can see I have all of these rare items from the tombstone glitch. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and go extract. Now if you want to know how to do the Tombstone Duplication glitch, make sure you click it at the top right or in the description down below. That video will show you how to get items that legitimately will always store in your acquisition stash, guaranteed. But here I am with 40 items in my acquisition stash, so let's get into this. Now what I want you to do is take whatever those schematic crafted items that you have, or just items that you know you did not get from Tombstone, and you're going to destroy those acquisitions. Now you need to be careful here if you're on PC, because if you don't hover directly over and go around all the other items with your mouse cursor, then you're going to accidentally select a ray gun or something like that. So don't do it too quick, just be careful. But you can see here I have Deadshot Daiquiri. I'm going to go ahead and destroy that acquisition. Right now when I go back to the crystal, I can now store it. Remember, before I could not store it. You can go back in the video and verify that. I still have 40 items in my acquisition stash and I'm able to store things. So let me explain exactly what's going on. Items from Tombstone, right? When you exit and you close the game does keep your items in your rucksack, right? And also keeps your Tombstone. But when you're closing the game doesn't register it as actually being extracted, right? So those items are now glitched. You can store anything from the Tombstone Duplication glitch. You cannot store legitimately crafted or extracted items. So what am I saying here? What I'm saying is if you craft anything from your schematics, don't store it. You need to use those. Take them into the game. Otherwise you are counting towards a imaginary number of 10, right? Think of it this way. If you have 10 legitimate items in your acquisition stash, then you can't store any more items. But let's say you have 9 and then forever you only store Tombstone items, you can still store more and more and more. Now at this point, if you don't understand what's going on, please make sure that you leave a question down below. This is the best explanation that I can give. This works 100% of the time. You don't need to do any of the previous methods. All you need to do is make sure that you only have illegitimate or Tombstone items in your stash. Those should not count towards the limit. What's going on, guys? Wesley here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to duplicate 2 wonder weapons at the same time. Now with this glitch, you're going to have the ability to glitch these weapons so that they are the most powerful weapons in the game. So if you appreciate videos like this, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more. Let's get into it. So before I go over the requirements for this glitch and how to actually do this glitch, I just wanted to show you guys what you can actually do as a result of this glitch. And you saw that right. You can actually apply ether tools to both of your weapons, as well as obviously pack-a-punch crystal them. And what this is going to allow is you're going to have the most powerful weapons in the game to date. Now, if you've seen the original video that I posted as far as duplicating, or rather getting pack-a-punch 4, as you've seen in a lot of videos, this is not the same method. This is a new method that was just discovered, and this allows you to duplicate 2 weapons at the same time. It's extremely useful, and it's really helpful if you have a team of 4 or more. You can actually share all these weapons and take less cases into your game. The other thing I wanted to show you guys is the sheer power behind these weapons. So I would suggest as a setup your Scorcher and Ray Gun as your 2 weapons. And what that's going to allow is the Ray Gun is obviously fast, agile weapon that you can sprint fast with if you have stamina, and then it's also very powerful. You can see, I mean, it's one-tapping zombies in tier 3, and then in tier 2 I was getting double kills or even triple kills sometimes. And then obviously this funny moment happened, so I just wanted to show you guys the Mega Abomination literally got knocked into the water. So make sure you bring a pet dog if you're in this area. It's just a really cool thing that I saw. I also got 2 cluster mine and some essence for killing an abomination. So yeah, you know, total waste of time there. But anyway, let's get into the requirements of this glitch. Alright, so what you are going to need for this glitch are a few items, so make sure that you bring them into the game or you bring the essence to buy some of these. So first of all, you need 2 weapons, and in this case, in this video, we're focusing on wonder weapons, so that's what I'm going to have in my first and second slot. Next, you're going to need some legendary ether tools and some pap crystals. If you want to upgrade these weapons, I highly suggest that you do so. You're also going to need juggernauts, so at least 1 every single time that you do the duplication, as well as a self-revive every time you do the duplication. So just to be clear, you need a juggernaut and a self-revive every single time that you do this glitch to duplicate both weapons. So if you have a scorcher like me, the easiest way to do step 2 is to shoot yourself up in the air so that you fall and down yourself. So the second step to this glitch is to down yourself. If you have a ray gun, you can also shoot it at the ground or just jump off a building. So once you've been downed, your dog or your self-revive will be needed to pick yourself up. So if you are using the self-revives, again, you're going to need them every single time you do this glitch, or your pet dog should pick you up and you can replace it with that. Just make sure that you're aware what your pet dog's health is. So the next 2 steps of this glitch are fairly easy. You want to make sure that you drop both of your weapons and then go ahead and call in a juggernaut. Alright guys, so this is the portion that the actual duplication of the weapons happens, but make sure you follow the steps after this step so that you can add rarity to them to make them useful. So go ahead and get that juggernaut called in and pick it up while your weapons are dropped on the ground. That's key here. Make sure you've dropped your weapons before you grab it. And once you actually run through juggernaut, you're going to notice you're going to get those weapons back, right? I dropped both of those weapons. Doesn't matter what order they were in or which one I dropped first, like the old glitch with duplicating these weapons. This glitch, it actually duplicates both at the same time. So once I've picked it up, you may actually notice on the bottom right there that there is no rarity on this one, right? So you can actually switch this for the other guns, and you'll notice that the original ones actually do have gold on the bottom right, but when you pull up your inventory, it doesn't actually matter. It shows the gold there, and so there's a little bit of glitching going on there, and that's why you guys need to follow these instructions pretty carefully, because this is going to be how you actually apply rarity to these weapons. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to go ahead and drop all my items on the ground just as a demonstration, and you're going to notice the one that had gray on the bottom right, I can actually apply a legendary ether tool to, as well as the ray gun here. So the key difference here is that gold is less than orange, right? Just think of it that way. Legendary is worth more than gold. So when you get a wonder weapon, think of gold as a particular level of legendary, right? Like you have your uncommon and then you have your legendary, like as 2 very different ones, right? And you'll notice when I pick them up back to back, you can't tell which one is which, right? So I pick it up after I've dropped it, and it actually shows it. So that's just a key here, guys. So you can see now they're switching correctly. So just make sure that you do that. So if you guys run into any blockers, right, and you're like, hey, I keep picking up the weapons and they're both orange, did I just get a legendary free weapon? The answer is no. You want to make sure that you drop your weapons, right, whenever you're going to apply these ether tools and such, because what that'll do is when you drop the weapon on the ground and pick it back up, it will have the original rarity no matter what it is. And just know, if you want to swap out the weapons directly, sometimes it will stick from a visual perspective. So what I mean by that is that if you pick it up and you just saw a minute ago it happened and both are orange or both are gold, just know, again, you did not get a free legendary or you did not lose your legendary. All that's happening is it's a visual bug. So drop it and pick it up if you need to figure out which one is which. Also, the inventory will sometimes show like that where it's actually black. That's another way that you can actually tell, hey, this is the glitched weapon, because typically speaking, they are supposed to be gold. So just know that, guys. The last thing I wanted to show you is actually try this again. You cannot down yourself and then pick yourself up and then just simply keep picking up juggernauts, right? So what I'm trying here is the second half of the glitch, and you guys should know you can't do that. You, again, need a self-revive or a dog, as well as a juggernaut each time that you want to duplicate your weapon. Awesome God mode glitch for you guys that allows you to kill bounties. You can use the Outlast contract with this. You can use the Spore contract with this. This is one of the best God modes that I've seen so far, and you can get in and out of it. So where this glitch is located is in one of the courtyards within the tier 3 zone. And you actually have a lot of movement in here. It's really nice, and there's multiple doors that you can actually shoot and get the zombies to actually come all the way up to you. You can also loot very easily from zombies. So let's get into this. So the only requirement to this glitch is the Scorcher. That is all you're going to need, and it's actually located in this spot in tier 3. So step 1 is to travel to this location. So once you've made it to this location, watch where I go. I go into this corner over here within this courtyard, and step 2 is you want to charge your Scorcher and walk forward into the corner. Now glitches like these are very easy to do, so even though that happened quickly, don't worry, you'll get it first try. It's very easy. Call of Duty is known to have assets, or game objects, if you will, that are not solid, and that's why this glitch works. Is there's a piece towards the ceiling that is not solid, and you can kind of slip through into the walls. Now you want to be careful if you use a ray gun in this spot, because you can down yourself, but I suggest going all the way down, and you'll see it. I kind of walk down that hallway. That's where I was over there when I first got into the glitch, and just follow the wall. Make sure you don't go too far out. You can actually fall under the mount, but you can shoot that door, kill zombies, pick up ammo. You never actually have to leave this glitch. You can grab whatever weapon you want to level up and get those camos, right? And then just come into this glitch over and over again. And it's very simple to get out. You can see here, all you do is charge your Scorcher back at that same location, and you can shoot yourself right outside of the glitch. So when you do bounties and things like that, right, then you can just go and pick up all the materials that you need, or the reward. So if you guys appreciate this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys next time. What's going on, guys? Wesley back, and today's glitch is one of the best ones I've seen so far, guys. It allows you to instant kill the Stormcaller, get rare schematic drops, 5,000 essence minimum every single time you kill him, as well as legendary tools and other rare items. So if you guys appreciate this video, make sure you hit that like button below and subscribe for more. I have patch notes in the description, so you never have to worry if or not a glitch works. So let's get into this one. So first things first, you need to get yourself an LTV. You don't need any good guns or anything like that for this glitch, but I highly suggest that you test out this with the duplication glitch. You can find that in my latest glitch compilation. I will also leave that in the description below. So you need an LTV, and you just need to make your way over to the storm, and what you want to do is drive right outside of his aggro area so he gets pulled out of the storm. However, there are a couple of tips to make this work, because as you'll see here, it does not. So make sure you're paying attention close here, guys. You want to make sure you get as far away from him as possible while you're doing this, to that where you aggro him but he doesn't stop. If he gets between a certain range close enough to you, he will stop being aggroed at you and start attacking you or going back to the storm if he's outside. So you can see it works here. What you want to do is drive as fast as you possibly can away from him as soon as you aggro him. So you want to look for the most direct route out of the storm for your particular storm, because as we know, this storm is not in the same place every game. It's in a different spot. So a couple of tips here. I would highly suggest, again, that you use the duplication glitch with this. This will allow you to come in with money, powerful weapons in case you need to get out of trouble, as well as just making your life a lot easier with a large rucksack, for example. But as you can see here, I do it again. I found out the tracks were my easiest path, depending on where he's at, and I didn't really get lucky drops there, but you always get a gold skull. So if you're trying to max out your money, right, and you're with a group of friends, you can be doing this and create a tombstone with a ton of money. Once you're done with this, you don't have to bring in rare items or anything, and you guys can double up your money extremely quick, because as we all know, when you do the duplication glitch, you can drop all your cash and you'll still have it the next game, so you can effectively double your cash still and get unlimited money. Guys, today we have an unlimited XP glitch that is very easy to do, and it will help you get all of your Borealis camo challenges done. Now you can sit in this XP glitch and just be AFK if you want, and only click one button every few minutes. I'm going to show you guys the absolute optimal way of doing this glitch and why it is so important that you do this before they patch it. Now this is located in the tier 3 zone, so make sure that you gear up, and let's go over some of the requirements to this glitch. All right, so number one, we are in the tier 3 zone, and what you're going to need is either a Spore Control contract or an Outlast contract, and I highly suggest that you go with the Outlast contract, which we will go through in a minute. But make sure that you have whatever weapons that you want to level up, as well as the gear that you need. You will be able to pick up ammo from the zombies in this glitch, so don't worry about that. As long as you have the guns that you would like to level up, you are good to go. Now, the only other thing that I suggest is that you grab a dog bone if you want to do the AFK. So again, the AFK version of this glitch definitely requires a dog. However, if you don't want to do the AFK glitch and you want to get all your camo challenges, you do not need a dog bone. You just need an upgraded weapon. Whether you do the duplication glitch, which I'll include in the description below, for money, and you just simply upgrade your weapons immediately and head to the red zone, you can get all your camo challenges that way. But it is located in the courtyard as shown here. You can see my green dot in the middle of the screen, so make sure you go there. This is the only location in which you can do it, and what you're going to want to look for is an excavator on the edge of the building. And I'm going to show you in a second what you need to do to get this to work properly, because there is a little bit of canceling contracts and a little bit of trickery that you may need to go through. So let's go through that now on how to actually do this glitch. Alright, so you want to make sure that you have a tier 3 Outlast contract, like I said, and you want to make sure that you are at the larger courtyard. You'll notice that this courtyard right here is not the one that you need. I'm telling you, this location is not what you want. If you get the Outlast contract and it gets pointed there, what you want to do is pull up your map and then hold whatever button is at the top right to cancel the contract, like I just did. And what's going to happen is momentarily there should be a separate contract that shows up on the map. Alright, so I'm not sure if this is the exact place that it always shows up, but you can notice the excavator below me. This is the correct courtyard. You've already seen it on screen, but I will show it again. And so where you're going is to grab this Outlast contract that's nearby, and it will pop up in that building in the correct larger courtyard. So once you get over to the Outlast contract, you want to quickly activate the PND device and then run up to this doorway at the top of the boxes right behind it. And what you're going to do is step in and out until you get above 15%. And the reasoning behind that is simply that it limits zombie spawns up until then. So once you get that up to a little bit over 15, run it up there and then step out and let it run to 0. Now, once it's ran out, what you want to do is hold to cancel the contract, which can be found on your map. It's very, very easy. Once you've canceled that, make sure that it's at 0% when you do so. And the last step to this glitch is you want to jump under this excavator inside of the courtyard, and the zombies won't be able to hit you. And the reason why you want to combine these two things is because when you get Outlast up past 15%, the maximum amount of zombies that will spawn will continue to spawn. And you'll notice here, they will continue to flow in. Now, one of the best parts about this glitch is that you can get those bounty contracts. Hey, you can actually kill the abominations with ease and get all of the rare drops in this glitch as well. Just make sure that you're laying down if you're going to do that. But there are two main methods that you can actually apply to this glitch. So let's go through both of those right now. So the first method I'm going to show you guys is the AFK XP method that you can do with this glitch. And what you're going to need is a dog bone for the pet dog, as well as healing aura, which you see at the bottom right of my screen. And this will allow you to not have to click anything except for every maybe 5 minutes, and otherwise your pet dog will literally kill everything around you. So what you want to do is obviously spawn that dog, do the Outlast glitch that I just showed you, come under the excavator just for safety, and simply heal your dog, because every single time that your dog gets a kill, it adds to your healing aura. And you'll see this in a second. I will heal my dog, and then after that he will gain at least about like a fourth of his health. So it is very easy to do. You can see right there, you just apply the health to your dog, he will keep killing. You can see the XP just racking up, and with this Outlast glitch you just have a stream of zombies constantly coming. And if you have the ether knife, you will never run out of ammo, even in this where no zombies are coming near you. So the second method I'm going to show you guys is obviously the camo method. You want to make sure that, one, you're bringing in whatever weapon you want to level up, as well as upgrading said weapon to whatever level that you need for tier 3, which I suggest double pack-a-punch. It works the quickest, and it just allows you to level up your weapon as quickly as possible, as well as get all of the kills that you need for Borealis camos. What's going on, guys? Wesley back, and today I have the updated acquisition stash glitch that allows you to have 200 plus items in your acquisition stash. It's easy and it works every single time. There were some people with some questions. They were having difficulty doing this glitch. So today I'm going to show you guys a foolproof way of doing it. This works on the latest patch. Patch notes can be found below, just like every other one of my videos. So the only requirement to this glitch is that you have items exceeding your amount in your acquisition stash. So your acquisition stash, let's say that it's at 10, and then you have a couple items in your inventory or in your rucksack. Then you're good to go. The only other requirement is that you obviously have a reward here. And so what you're going to do is you're simply going to swap whatever item in your rucksack you want to send to acquisition stash with said reward. Then you're going to remove the reward from your rucksack. It's that simple, guys. So watch this here. I'll repeat it all the way until my rucksack is empty, but here I go. I'm going to swap it with this reward and then remove said reward. And you'll notice every time that I go to that acquisition stash screen, you'll notice the stash count goes up. So right now I'm at 39. I'm going to remove this and I'm going to go back to it, and you're going to see in a second that it is now 40. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is the entire glitch. And today I have a brand new God mode glitch for you guys that allows you to get schematics extremely quickly in the tier 3 zone. So you are completely invincible in this spot. You can throw your ether knife, you can use any guns that you wish, and it's very, very easy to get in and out of. So if you guys appreciate videos like this, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. You can also find the patch notes in the description as always, so you never have to question if or not a glitch works. So let's get into some of the requirements. So on the map here, you'll see red circled is the area that you need to go to in tier 3. It's very easy to get to without having to face a lot of zombies. I highly suggest you go to it from the southwest. And the first requirement to this glitch, and the only requirement, is that you have a scorcher, but I highly suggest a few other things. Number one, that you have a upgraded weapon. So make sure you get double pack-a-punch if you want to get kills fast. And then make sure that you have a pet dog if you want things to be easy, because a pet dog is extremely powerful. And I got lucky here. I had an abomination right nearby, so I was able to get into this glitch fast and test it out on my first attempt. So to do this glitch, it's very easy. You want to find one of these open archways, charge your scorcher, and walk forward at the same time. And what's going to happen is the pillars are solid, but the open archways are not. So the top portion is not. Call of Duty is known to have assets that are not solid all throughout their games, as you may have noticed. So you'll fall into this wall here and be completely invincible. But let me give you a couple of tips here that will help you get in and out of this glitch and utilize it to the max. So first of all, getting in and out is very easy. Number one, I just want you guys to know that you can stand on top of any of these pillars, right? But you can't get out of every pillar. You'll notice that I can't get out right here, and the reason for that is it's not one of the open archways. So you need to go back towards the left where you first entered, and you can exit that way. But you can walk through all the pillars and repeat the process to go across and back. Secondly, a few things that I highly suggest that you bring is, number one, bring your ether knife, because you can kill things very, very easily from in the wall. Sometimes it gets blocked, but for the most part, you can throw it at a certain angle and it will work. Also, obviously, bring your pack-a-punch crystals and everything so you can kill the abomination if it's near you. And then lastly, I would highly suggest that you actually bring a pet dog. I literally sat here, guys, for 5 to 10 minutes and watched my dog fight the abomination before it died. And that's with me doing nothing. If I were to do something, I would have had my healing aura at the bottom right recharged fast enough to actually heal the dog. So this is yet another glitch where you can go completely AFK throughout the game if you wanted to, and just attract zombies that way. But you guys, so you know how when you have Juggernaut and you're able to use your minigun, but when you obviously lose that Juggernaut, you lose the gun as well. Well, there's a new glitch that was found that essentially allows you to take that minigun outside of Juggernaut. You can literally walk around the map, full speed, mind you, no, we're not talking about Juggernaut walking slow speed, right? You're able to sprint with a minigun. It is the coolest glitch so far. So first thing that you're gonna need obviously is Juggernaut, and you wanna go ahead and throw that onto the ground. Now make sure you don't get downed while you're doing this glitch. I went ahead and ran away for a second so that I could avoid the zombies. But essentially, once you've gotten your Juggernaut, you wanna go ahead and pick that up once you've called it in, and you just wanna let it run out. Now, once you've ran completely out of Juggernaut and you've lost the kill streak, right? You've used it up. You want to go ahead and just find an area in which you can go down in safely. Now, once you've gone down, go ahead and let yourself bleed out. Now, this is the part of the glitch where you're going to need a companion or you're going to need someone in the game. So they don't necessarily have to be on your team. There just needs to be someone near you who can revive you. And they're going to go ahead and revive you. And you'll notice there's a minigun already on the ground. So once my teammate actually picks me up, you'll notice there's an actual minigun on the ground. And you can actually tell that this is glitched because when you ping it, it actually has a database name. This is not a name obviously intended to be displayed to the user. There's usually a display name, if you will, tied to the database name. So this is clearly a glitch gun. This is clearly not intended, and you can actually fully sprint. But there's a couple of notes that I want you guys to know that are super important. Number one, apparently you have to get ammo from zombies. So make sure that you go around while you're killing zombies and get the ammo from them. Number two, you cannot run out of ammo. I actually run out of ammo on this clip right here. I'll show you right here. I run out of ammo and I actually lose the minigun. So this, again, it's a glitched gun. So make sure that you're keeping your ammo replenished. Make sure that you have it on hand. And also, number three, make sure that you have another weapon in case you run out of ammo on this one or it glitches. It seems to be more stable with a secondary weapon. So it's very, very easy to do. The first step that you're going to need to do is get 2 score streaks. Now, what I would suggest that you do is you get the cluster mine score streak because that costs 2,000, and then get a juggernaut, which costs 10,000. So what you want to do, and you'll see me do it opposite here, you want to take out whatever score streak is in your hand, and then at the same time pick up the other score streak. And essentially all it's going to do is copy whatever kill streak is in your inventory. So in this case I have Juggernaut. Now Juggernaut's on the ground. Cluster mine is still equipped, and I put that in quotes. And essentially I've made Juggernaut cost 2,000 rather than 10,000. What's going on, guys? Wesley back, and today we have one of the coolest glitches I've seen so far, guys. It allows you to have superhuman speed. Now this glitch is a bit of a dangerous one, and we'll go into that in a second, but as you can see, I'm able to go 100 miles an hour. I don't even know how fast this is, and you're able to lay down, you're able to stand up. It does not matter. You can fly across the map, run around. Your parachute will be out, as you can see from my shadow there, and you could just pretty much freak people out in the game. But it's also very, very useful for traversing the map, you know, traveling around if you need to get to a particular area very quickly. So let's get into some of the requirements of this glitch. So first and foremost, the first thing that you're going to need is an akimbo weapon setup. So you're going to need to go ahead and unlock this if you don't already for any of the weapons that you see on your screen. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my setup in a second, as well as how you bring it into the game real quick. So here we are at the pre-game lobby screen. You want to go over to your gear tab. Now, what you're going to want to use is one of your insured slots for this akimbo weapon. Now, again, there are multiple different weapons that you can get akimbo for, and I'm going to put them back on the screen now. So make sure that you get one of those unlocked. If you already do, you know what to do. You need to equip this gun with the attachment. Now, how I saw to do that is at the bottom, you'll see there, equip weapon and open gunsmith. So once you click that, you're going to go over to rear grip. That is where akimbo is stored. Now, most of you know this, but if you don't, that is where it's stored. And then just go ahead and save it as an armory name or something so that you can easily select it in the future. Now, I've already done that. You can see here, I named it just a bunch of letters, but there it is. And you want to equip that and go into the game. Now go ahead and make your way into a lobby, and what you want to do is make sure, number one, that you have your akimbos in hand. You want to make sure that you have your akimbo guns in your hand, and you want to go ahead and find one of these redeploys. They're spread throughout the map. Just simply check the map for the closest one to you. Now you're going to watch me do this real quick. I tried for the first time, but all this involves is a parachute, a redeploy, and akimbo weapons. Those are your 3 requirements for this glitch. So you're going to watch me do it here, and then you're going to watch me do it again, but you can see it works. This was my very first attempt at doing this glitch. So here I go, going back to it after getting downed, which we will go to in a second. Make sure that you follow the tips that I have in a minute. I would highly suggest it. You can get down very easily with this glitch. So step one to this glitch is you want to go ahead and climb up the redeploy. So as you're going up, you want to let yourself float straight up and then pull your parachute. Now I was kind of off base here, but it does not matter as long as you're floating down. Now you see here, when I have just my fist out, I'll fly up. However, when you pull out your akimbo weapons, you'll see here, you actually fly down, or you go down the rope, right? And that is the part of the glitch. So you want to make sure, number one, you fly up the redeploy, right? Then as you're floating down towards the rope, you want to cut your parachute. And then third and lastly, you want to make sure that you grab the rope with your akimbo weapons in hand. So that's the entirety of the glitch. And what's going to happen is you will still have your parachute out. You'll be glitching. The game will think that you are flying through the air, but you're on the ground, and you will have superhuman speed during the latest patch. So let's get into the steps. So the requirements for this glitch are either 2,000 cash or you find the gas mask yourself. So go ahead and obtain 2,000. You also need a little bit of patience. So go ahead and buy a gas mask from any buy station, and you want to go ahead and put that on. So go ahead and find any safe area in which you can do this glitch. Now once you've found a safe area, go ahead and drop that gas mask onto the ground. Next, this is the portion where the actual glitch happens. What you want to do is you want to equip that gas mask and spam stow mask very quickly. So you can see here, I put on the mask and then I immediately stowed it as much as I can. And what it's going to do is it's going to duplicate that gas mask, allowing you to go into the storm for much longer than you should. So here I do it in slow motion. You can see it fills up my inventory with gas masks of the same percentage. So let's go through some of those tips that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Starting with number one, obtain your gas mask late. Now you can obtain gas masks obviously beforehand, but what you want to do is get a good gas mask that has a high percentage before in game. And then tip number two, mask decay in your inventory. So if you duplicate a mask, your inventory mask will decay pretty much at the same rate if you're not in the storm. And then number three, make sure that you duplicate your mask immediately. The reason why I say this is if you buy a gas mask and for example it's 90% left, you're going to want to duplicate that immediately so all your gas masks are 90% and not duplicated at 20%, so that if you're near the end game, you don't have to worry about it. You just put those gas masks on and survive until the end game. Awesome glitch for you guys in Warzone 3. So what if I told you could get from a lobby like this where everyone is cracked to a lobby like this where there's at least 15 to 20 people completely AFK. This is an extremely cool glitch, guys, and an easy way for you to start a game with a lot of kills or simply finish those challenges fast. So let's get into it. So the first step to this glitch is the hardest one. You need to actually play a game of Resurgence solo. So if you're not a fan of this game mode, I don't know how you're not. It's way better than regular Warzone in my opinion. What you want to do is just simply play the game until the end. Now, I was busy at the time, so I literally just did not play. I let someone kill me and then I just spectated the entire time. And what you want to do is you need to wait until the game is fully over. So this part may have been the most difficult for you if you don't like playing Warzone, but once you have waited till the end of the game, you essentially just want to wait until you see your rank come up. Now, once it actually displays what place that you came in and it gives you the play again and leave game, I want you to do something very carefully. I want you to do nothing. All right, so that's the second step to this glitch. Literally do nothing until you get kicked from the game. Now, once you've gotten kicked from the game, pay attention carefully here. So what's going to happen is you're going to be in the main lobby. You're going to be in the searchable lobby, if you will, in Warzone. So you'll see at the top right here, it actually starts searching for a game on its own. I have no idea why they coded the game this way. If I'm sitting there in a Warzone lobby and I'm not doing anything, it should just kick me out of search. It should not research from the game. But that's what happens, right? So that's just how it is. So it's going to start searching for a game. You want to make sure that you do not cancel this, okay guys? Do not cancel this. So let it go and let it find you a new game. Once the search finishes and you find yourself a new game, you're gonna not really notice anything normal. Everyone seems to be there, everything seems to be fine. But the cool part happens once you sit in the plane. So go ahead and when you start to spawn in, wait until the very end. And you'll see right here, when you hop out of the plane, there is a ton of people AFK, and I think this has to do with something to do with the Warzone code, where they like to lump together all of the AFK players so as not to plague a bunch of lobbies, right? They would rather throw all the AFK players into one lobby instead of spreading them out, and essentially every single game that you're in, there's like 5-10 AFK people, which granted there usually is at least a few. So I have no idea why the game is coded this way, guys, but this is a really cool glitch, and again, it's an easy way for you to get simple Warzone kills if you don't like playing the game mode and you need to complete challenges. Just keep in mind, you only really have time to kill them with whatever your starting weapon is, so just keep that in mind. But if you an underwater glitch for Warzone that will help you get to the end of your battle royale games extremely easy and troll other players. It is extremely fun to do, and I highly suggest, first of all, that you pair this with the unlimited gas mask glitch, which you will find in the description below. These are the two Warzone glitches that I've posted as of recent. I also like to post the patch notes in the description below, so you never have to question if or not a glitch works. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's get into this glitch. Alright, so the first requirement and the only requirement to this glitch is that you need a cargo truck. Now, it does not show up in certain game modes, so just take note of that. And I personally went to Quads Battle Royale by myself and dropped straight for a cargo truck. Now, again, I highly suggest that you guys go couple this with the unlimited gas mask glitch. This will get you straight to the end. You can buy your gas masks at the end and then duplicate them, and you should be set. So here we go. So we're in the cargo truck, and you want to go ahead and find a body of water. So I was lucky enough to have one right next to me, and you drive straight in. But there are a couple of tips that you need to note for this glitch. Number one, you need to drive very far into the water and hold forward as you drive in. Otherwise, this will happen where you are on the edge and you will get kicked out, as you can see. So if you just lean out of the car once you drive in, you will be kicked out and you will be stuck and cannot get back in the vehicle and have to go find another one in Battle Royale quads by yourself, like me. So this was a very difficult task, as you can see, but I'm gonna go ahead and make my way over there and show you guys the proper way of doing this glitch. Alright, so I just want to quickly show you guys what I was talking about. If you don't drive full speed, your truck will float back to the surface and is a total waste of time. So I actually got lucky enough, got to the edge and drove out. But if you drive in correctly and fast enough, what you want to do is lean out when you get under the water fully. Make sure the truck is fully under the water. And then after that, you want to lean back in immediately before you get kicked out of the truck. And what's going to happen is you'll be able to fully drive around. You can lean back out. Do not climb to the roof, because again, if you climb to the roof, you are fully out of the vehicle and have free movement, right? So you are no longer in the truck, therefore the glitch will not work. So at this point, you can drive around. I'm going to show you guys some awesome clips, some really funny clips that I got in this game alone, and just how you can utilize it to better get to the end game with this glitch. So one trolling clip I have for you guys, these guys got a bounty for me and they could not get to me.
What the f?
I mean, I can't make this up, guys. Look at these guys trying to shoot me. I mean, this is ridiculous. Honestly, like, this glitch was probably one of the funnest that I've done so far. I obviously beat the bounty in a little bit, and I was able to get to almost the entire end game until the circle actually closed outside of the water. But if you get lucky enough and the circle closes inside of the water, you'll be able to live until the end game. You just need to focus on keeping your gas alive. So I have not tested if you can actually refill at boating stations, but if you guys see or are able to do this glitch and see a boating station near you, make sure that you test this glitch out and let me know in the comments section below.